Hello friends, welcome to BioTown. So, நம்ம இதுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கிற வீடியோல botany answer keys பார்த்தோம். இன்னைக்கு வந்து zoology ஓட answer key discussion will make it. So, botany compare பண்ணும்போது zoology was pretty much very easier. So, இது வந்து உங்களுக்கு இன்னுமே happiness தரக்கூடிய விஷயமா இருக்கும் இல்லையா? So, botany with zoology was very easier. So, being a zoologist, I was also very happy because of that. So, நம்ம ஒரு question பார்க்கலாம். Okay, so first Section A. A specific recognition sequence identified by endonucleases to make cuts at specific positions within the DNA is what? Palindromic nucleotide sequences. இது நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும்ல. So, Okazaki fragments na they are all the broken fragments. Okay வா? அதே மாதிரி இது ஒரு ஆப்ஷனே இல்லை, இதுவும் ஒரு ஆப்ஷனே இல்லை. ஸோ ஆப்வியஸ்லி இதுவும் ஆப்ஷன்ஸ். உங்களுக்கு கன்ஃபியூஷன் வர ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் அந்த 50-50ல இது இருக்கும். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட், a fruit fly has 8 chromosomes. So 2n is equal to என்னவா? 8 chromosomes. ஓகேவா? in each cell during interphase of mitosis, if the number of chromosomes at the G1 phase is S, அப்போ growth phase 1 அப்போ 8 chromosome na synthesis phase la எத்தனை chromosomes இருக்கும்? the same 8, கரெக்டா? so கான்ஸ்டன்டா மெயின்டைன் ஆகும். so அதுதான் நம்ம வந்து மைட்டோசிஸ் ஓட கான்செப்ட்லயுமே பார்த்தோம். so correct option is first option 8. so which of the following? so Mucidae, so we all know that housefly Mucidae இது வந்து first chapterலயே நம்மளுக்கு இருக்கு. so அதனால இதுதான் வந்து right option. next, Succus entericus is referred as intestinal juice. ஏன்? நம்மளோட pancreatic juice அதே மாதிரி bile secretion, கரெக்டா? so அதுதான் நம்ம வந்து intestinal juice சொல்லுவோம். so that's called as Succus entericus. so ஞாபகம் இருக்க அதோட pH லாம் வந்து கண்டிப்பா படிச்சிருப்பீங்கல்ல. so இதோட pH தெரிஞ்சவங்க கீழே கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. so next, with regard to insulin, choose the correct option. so என்னென்ன? C-peptide is not present in a matured insulin. okay va? next, the insulin produced by rDNA technology has a C-peptide. a pro-insulin has a C-peptide. A peptide and B peptide of insulin are interconnected by disulfide bridges. so an insulin produced by rDNA technology has C-peptide. இது கடவே கிடையாது. so நம்ம வந்து R technology மூலியமா ஒரு இன்சுலினை வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்றோமோ இல்ல நேச்சுரலி ஒரு இன்சுலின் இருக்கோ, it doesn't depend upon என்னது C-peptide என்னது இல்லாம தான் இருக்கும். so always remember, pro insulin எப்படி இருக்கும்? it has a C-peptide, பட் அது வந்து மெச்சோர்டா ஆகும்போது அதுக்கு C-peptide இருக்காது. ஸோ அதுதான் வந்து கான்செப்ட். ஸோ இது வந்து டோட்டலி, ஸோ என்னது? ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் தி correct options. ஓகேவா? so A, C and D தான் is the correct option. so next, a person with AB blood group is called as a universal recipient. எதனால? அவங்களுக்கு absence of antibody. so என்ன antibody இருக்காது? antibody Aவுமே இருக்காது, antibody Bவுமே இருக்காது. so that is what person with AB blood group. ஓகேவா? next, a cross between a male and a female, both heterozygous for sickle cell anemia. இப்போ வந்து ஃபீமேல் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா இங்க sickle cell anemia இருக்கு, அதே மாதிரி மேல் எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா இங்க sickle cell anemia இருக்கு. ஸோ எப்பவுமே எப்படி இருக்கும்? ஸோ ஹோமோசைகஸ் கண்டிஷன்ல தான் sickle cell. ஸோ நம்ம இப்படி ஒரு கிராஸ் போடணும்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், x அதே மாதிரி x to the power xy, அதே மாதிரி x to the power xx and y. இப்போ இது மட்டும் தான் ஹோமோசைகஸ் இருக்கு. so how many percentage? it is 25%. so அதனால தான் நம்ம இந்த ஆன்சர். so percentage of progeny என்ன? நம்மளுக்கு 25%. அதே மாதிரி the enzyme which is responsible for, இது ரொம்ப ஈஸியானது, fibrinogen fibrina convert பண்ற enzyme, we all know that it is thrombin. என்னது? clotting factor. ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? so that is what the answer is. next, இது ஒரு டைரக்டான question. zoologyல எல்லாமே டைரக்டான question. so the partial pressure of oxygen and the carbon dioxide at the alveoli. இது வந்து ஒரு டைரக்டான question bookலயே இருக்கு. So partial pressure of oxygen 104 இருக்கும்போது partial pressure of carbon dioxide alveoli 40 இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? Next, chronic autoimmune disorder affecting the neuromuscular junction leading to fatigue, weakening and paralysis of the skeletal muscle. We all know that myasthenia gravis. அப்படியே இந்த sentence நம்மளோட NCERT bookல இருக்கு. chronic, ஓகேவா, acute கிடையாது, chronic autoimmune disorder affecting the neuromuscular junction leading to fatigue and weakening of the paralysis of skeletal muscle. Paralysis of skeletal muscle, myasthenia gravis. Which is the only enzyme that has the capability to catalyze initiation, elongation, termination. So என்னது? DNA ஓட depend ஆயிருக்கிற RNA polymerase. That's why it's DNA dependent RNA polymerase is the answer. Next, which of the following RNAs is not required for, since we all know that mRNA, rRNA, tRNA, okay va? So இது எல்லாமே it is required for protein synthesis, but the RNA which is not requires, so it is small interference RNA, okay va? So it is not at all required for protein synthesis. Which of the following is an example of hormone releasing? என்னது? copper T, copper 7, multiload 375 specially copper T, copper 7 தான் வந்து என்னது? அந்த 50% நீங்க வந்து reduce பண்ண வேண்டிய answer, because they are all copper releasing IUDs. So LNG20 தான் is the hormone releasing IUDs, okay va? Next, if adenine makes 30% of the DNA molecule, what is the percentage of thymine, guanine and cytosine? So we all know that adenine 30% na, adenine kuda irukra thymine is usually 30%, correct? Appo ipo 30%, okay, out of 50%, if this is 30% vechukongla, so appo meedi percentage enna, it is 20, correct? So appo guanine 20% irundichuna, guanine oda pair ஆகுற cytosine it is 20%, correct? So அதனால தான் உங்களுக்கு 3 option. இது ரொம்ப simple, ஓகேவா? So Aspergillus niger, we all know that it is citric acid. Acetobacter aceti, we all know it is what? Acetic acid. Acetobacter acid nala acetic acid, correct? அதே மாதிரி Clostridium butylicum is butyric acid. So அப்ப ஏவும் சியுமே ரொம்ப obvious ஆன answer, ஓகேவா? So இது நீங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சிருந்தீங்கன்னா almost you would have chosen first option. Next, read the following statements, ஓகேவா? இதுல இருந்து which is the choose the correct answer from the options given below. So metagenesis is absorbed in helminth, okay va? So echinoderms are triploblastic and coelomate animals. Roundworms have organ system level of body organization. Comb plates present in the ctenophorans help in digestion. Water vascular system is a characteristics of echinoderms, okay va? So B, C and E is the right option, okay va? Comb plates present in the ctenophorans, they don't help in digestion, rather அதோட body balance க்கும் bioluminescence க்கும் help பண்ணும். So digestion க்கு கிடையாது. அதே மாதிரி helminthsக்கு metagenesis கிடையாது, ஓகேவா? So metagenesis na என்னது? We all know that it is segmentation, it is not there, ஓகேவா? So அதனால தான் you have this option number 4. Next, receptors for sperm binding in mammals. We all know that எங்க இருக்கு? நம்மளோட zona pellucida எக்ல இருக்கிற zona pellucidaல தான் வந்து receptors for binding of sperm is there. Next, அதே மாதிரி metamerism na, we all know that annelids na என்னது? We all know that it's segmented, correct? அதனால metamerism. Next, canal system என்னது? poriferans, spongesல canal system. அதே மாதிரி comb plates, we all know that it is ctenophorans, correct? ctenophorosல comb plates இருக்கும். அப்ப மீதி nidoblast is coelentrates, ஓகேவா? So it's very simple, ஓகேவா? Next, erythropoietin hormone which stimulates the red blood cells formation is produced by juxtaglomerular cells இப்படி படிச்சிருப்பீங்கல்ல. So it's a very obvious question. So erythropoietin hormone which stimulates the RBC formation is produced by juxtaglomerular cells of the kidney. venereal diseases na enna artham? Reproductive diseases nu artham. அதாவது sexually transmitted diseases பத்தி சொல்றாங்க. It can spread through using sterile needles. இப்படி கிடையாது. கரெக்டா? Transfusion of blood from infected person. கரெக்ட். Infected mother to the fetus. கரெக்ட். Kissing நால கிடையாது. Inheritance நால கிடையாது. So your option should be என்னது? B and C only. ஓகேவா? Which of the following characteristics is incorrect with respect to cockroach? Okay, so கேட்டிருக்காங்க பாருங்க. So a ring of gastric CK present at the junction of the midgut. So அப்படி இல்லவே இல்லை. Gastric CK இதோ midgut ko hindgut ko junctionல இல்லவே இல்லை. But rest everything is what? So எல்லாமே correct. Female 7 and 9 sterna together form genital pouch. இதெல்லாம் bookல வந்து straight away இருந்தது. So 10th abdominal segment in both the sexes bear the anal cerci. So இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. இல்லாதது இதுதான். A ring of gastric ceca present at the junction of midgut and hindgut. Next, அதே மாதிரி இதுவும் match the following. Very very simple. Physalia, we all know it is Portuguese man of war. Limulus is the living fossil. Limulus என்னது? King crab இல்லையா? அதே மாதிரி ankylostoma, it is what? Hookworm. Ankylostoma duodenale. அதே மாதிரி pinctada is nothing but pearl oyster. Okay va? Next, which one of the organism bear hollow pneumatic long bone? Okay va? Neophron. So neophron da idella enadhu? Hemidactylus. Hemidactylus na enadhu? It is what? Lizard. Macropus, ornithorhynchus idella kadiyadu. So neophron has long pneumatic bones. Pneumatic na hollow bones in artham. Okay va? Next, the centriole undergoes replication during the synthesis phase. Synthesis phase la da enadhu? The centriole undergoes duplication. So it's very important. Next, during the process of gene amplification. So PCR botany lume or PCR question vanduchu. If very high temperature is not maintained in the beginning, then what will be the இப்போ denaturation எப்போ? temperature வந்து ஹையா இருக்கும்போது. அப்போ temperature ஹையா இல்லாம லோவா இருந்துச்சு, இல்ல ரொம்ப மாடரேட்டா இருந்துச்சுன்னா எது அஃபெக்ட் ஆகும்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் denaturation தான் அஃபெக்ட் ஆகும். ஸோ அதனால தான் ஆப்ஷன் 3. Which of the following is not an objective of biofortification in crops? Okay va? Improve resistance to diseases தான் இதோட objective கிடையாது. But increase in protein content. Biofortification na என்னது? அதோடைய nutritive value அதிகப்படுத்துறது is what is biofortification. So improve protein content, improve vitamin content, micronutrient content, macronutrient content இருக்கு. But disease resistance அந்த objectively அவங்களோட principlesலே இல்லை. Okay va? Dobson units are measured the thickness of, we all know that, the stratosphere, ozone layer உடைய thickness measure பண்றது தான் is Dobson unit. Sphincter of Oddi, we all know that hepatopancreatic duct and duodenum. It's a very direct question. Junction of hepatopancreatic duct லியும் duodenum லியும் என்ன இருக்கு? Sphincter of Oddi இருக்கு. எங்க படிச்சிருப்போம்? We would have studied it in digestive system chapter. Correcta? Next, select the favorable condition required for the formation of oxyhemoglobin. Direct on a question. High partial pressure of oxygen or low. So இப்படி படிச்சிருப்போம், ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? High partial pressure of oxygen, low partial pressure of carbon dioxide with a less H plus concentration with a lower temperature என்னது? It helps in the formation of oxyhemoglobin. இது படிச்சிருப்போம். Next, identify the incorrect plant. Alkaloids, codon, toxin, aberrin, lectin, concavalin, but drug ரைசன் இதுதான் கிடையாது. கரெக்டா? ஸோ அந்த டேப்லர் காலம்ல ட்ரக்ஸோட ரைசன் மேட்ச் ஆயிருக்காது. அண்ட் மோர் சிம்பிள் எப்படி கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கலாம்? ரைஸ்ன்னு ஒரு ட்ரக்கே இல்லை. கரெக்டா? ஸோ தட்ஸ் வை இட்ஸ் தி இன்கரெக்ட் பேர். Which of the following statement wrongly represent the nature of smooth muscles? They have no striation. Correct? They are involuntary muscle. Very good. These muscles are present in the wall of the blood vessels. Very good. So they are all smooth muscles or a characteristic. But communication among the cells is performed by intercalated disc. No way. There is no striation of intercalated disc. So that's option 3. For effective treatment of disease, early diagnosis and understanding its pathophysiology is very important. Correct? Which of the following molecular diagnostic techniques is very useful for early detection? We all know it is ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Seriya? So that's what you call it to be ELISA. So ELISA technique da idukku answer. Next. Very simple. Walls enna pannom, it entry of sperm through cervix வந்து block பண்ணும். IUDs intrauterine enna pannom, it removal of intrauterine. What does it do? Phagocytosis of sperms within the thing. And then vasectomy, we all know that removal of vasa deferens. Vasectomy, vas deferens. Tubectomy, removal of fallopian tubule. Okay, wow. Next, the organelles that are included in the endomembrane system, very simple. Endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes and vacuoles. Very direct question. Which stage of the meiotic prophase, okay, shows the terminalization of chiasmata and its distinction features? So we all know leptotin illa, zygotin illa, paquitin illa. So உங்களுக்கு diakinesis க்கும் zygotin க்கும் doubt வர chance இருக்கு. It is diakinesis. Okay va? Next, which of these is not an important component of initiation of parturition? Parturition is delivery. Okay va? So increase in estrogen and progesterone ratio. Okay va? This is very important. Synthesis of prostaglandins is very important. Release of oxytocin is very important. Release of prolactin after birth. Okay va? So that is why it's not important. During parturition it's not important. Which of the following is not a step in multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology? Cow is administered hormone having luteinizing hormone like activity after superovulation. So superovulation ku luteinizing hormone kudukka maatanga, rather they give follicle stimulating hormone. Correct? Adanala da this is not a step. Next, everything. Cow yields 6 to 8 eggs at a time. It's very obvious. Cow is fertilized by artificial insemination. We all know that. Fertilized eggs are transferred to surrogate mother. Surrogate mother is the carrier mother. So, adalame it's obvious. Very simple. So, we all know it's what? Allen's rule. Polar seal pati sonare. Physiological adaptation, marine fish, behavioral adaptation, desert lizard, biochemical adaptation, kangaroo rat. So very obvious. இந்த மாதிரி கொஸ்டின்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது ரொம்ப ஈஸியா இருந்திருக்கும். இது அப்படியே ரூல்ஸ்ல அதே மாதிரி இருக்கு. என்னென்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸோட கொடுத்துருக்காங்களோ அதே மாதிரி அசர்ஷன் அண்ட் ரீசனிங் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. A person goes through high altitude, ரொம்ப ஹைட்க்கு போறாரு, and he experiences altitude sickness with symptoms like breathing difficulty and heart palpitation. Heart palpitation na அதோடைய loved up sound ரொம்ப அதிகமா இருக்கு. Meaning to say that ரொம்ப அதிகமா heart துடிச்சிட்டே இருக்கு. Due to low atmospheric pressure at high altitude, the body does not get sufficient oxygen. So what is it? The assertion and reasoning is true. The reason is the correct explanation because high altitude ku pomodu, what does it? Our body ku high amount of oxygen kadikkaradilla. So that's the answer. Next, following are the statements with reference to lipids. So, choose the correct options. Lipids have only one single bond called as unsaturated fatty acid. Lecithin is a phospholipid. Trihydroxypropane is glycerol. Palmitic acid has 20 carbon atoms during carboxyl carbon. Arachnoidic acid has 16 carbon atoms. So, lecithin is a phospholipid. And then palmitic acid has 20 carbon atoms. So, this is the book we have read. So, that is why B and C is the right answer. It's like the correct statement. Okay, va? This is very simple. Correct. Scapula enadhu triangular, flat bone. Cranium, we all know that it's a cranium has what? It's a flat bone. So sternum na, it has fibrous joint. Vertebral column, we all know that it has cartilaginous joints, correct? So scapula, cranium, sternum. So usually scapula, vertebral column kandupidichale neenga obviously you would have arrived at fourth one. Okay va? So 4 cranium kenadu, it is a, I mean like meaning to say scapula triangular bone, correct? Next, cranium fibrous joint. Sternum, it's a flat bone. Sorry, no, tapa sollten. Sternum is a flat bone. Vertebral column is a cartilaginous joint. So, ippadi kandupidichadala obviously in the option you would have arrived. Next, identify the types of cell junction that help to stop the leakage. So, stop the leakage of substances across the tissue and facilitation of communication with neighboring cells. So, tight junction and gap junction respectively. So, tight junction enna pannu? So, tight stop the leakage and across the tissue is what? Gap junction. Gap vandu it allows across the tissue. Okay, wow. All right. So next statement, the codon AUG, it codes for methionine and phenylalanine. So it's the start codon, correct? So AAA and AAG, both codons code for amino acid lysine. We all know that the start codon, it does not code for methionine and phenylalanine. Rendu codonku simultaneous AUG code pannadu, but AAG codes for amino acid lysine. Okay va? So adanala da namakku statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is false. I mean to say that yeah, it's true. Okay va? Next, which of the following secretes the hormone relaxin during the later phase of pregnancy? Nama enna paathirukom? Corpus luteum, it acts as an primary or temporary endocrine gland. Okay va? Ippadi nama paathirukomla, it acts as primary or temporary endocrine gland. So that's why corpus luteum is the answer. Following are the statements about prostomium. Prostomium na adoda mouth cavity, mouth of the earthworm. So it serves as the covering of the mouth, correct? It helps to open cracks in the soil. Yeah, that is right. It has one of the sensory structure. It is the first body segment. Okay va? So prostomium is not the first body segment. Okay va? It is one of the sensory structure. It helps to open cracks. It serves as a covering for the mouth. Okay va? So which one of the following statement about histone is wrong? Histone are organized, 8 molecules, octamer. So this is correct. The pH of the histone is slightly acidic. No. So histones are rich in amino acid. We all know that. Hall na nyavagam vechirukkom, correct? Lysine and arginine. Histone carry positive charge in the side chain. Okay va? Next, during the muscular contraction, which of the following events occur? Okay va? So A band, it will not widen, it will constrict. Adanala da H zone disappears. I band reduces its width. Myosin hydrolyzes ATP, releasing ADP and inorganic phosphate. Z lines are attached to the actin and pulled inwards. Okay, was direct question. The adenosine deaminase deficiency is what? It's the dysfunction of immune system. Okay va? Digestive disorder kandipa varadu. Okay va? Addison's or Parkinson's, or it is a dysfunction of immune system. Next, now look at this, very simple. Adaptive radiation, we all know it is Darwin finches. So convergence evolution, wings of a butterfly. Divergent fishes, evolution, bones of forelimbs in man and whale. Evolution by anthropogenic is what? Is a selection of resistance. So obviously you either kandupidichirpinga adaptive radiation kandupidichirpinga. So idu kandupidichale, so you would have arrived at the right answer. Next, adhe mari match the following. Filariasis, what is it? Wuchereria bancrofti. So option number 2. Next, option number 2. Amoebiasis, we all know that entamoeba histolytica. Pneumonia, we all know it is Haemophilus influenzae. Ringworm, trichophyton. Okay va? எஸ். ஸோ பாட்னி விட ஜுவாலஜி வாஸ் எனக்கு வந்து அப்படி தெரிஞ்சிச்சு. ஸோ பாட்னி விட ஜுவாலஜி வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அட்டம்ப்ட்லேயே டான் ஆன்சர் பண்ணுற மாதிரி எடுத்திருக்கும். ஸோ ஹோப் யூ ஆல் வுட் ஹவ் என்ஜாய்ட் திஸ் செஷன். ஸோ உங்களை நான் வேற ஒரு வீடியோவில் இதே மாதிரி ஒரு செட்டப்பில் சந்திக்கிறேன். அன்டில் தென் பாய்.